We'll take a few minutes to orient ourselves to this new way of being together before we constitute the meeting. For now, I would ask that you please turn off your video and microphone. And if you're on the phone, please mute yourself. And Jody will lead us through some technicality.
Thanks, David. The first thing that we want to make sure that everyone has done is to please make sure that your name is correct on the screen so that we're able to find you. We'd like your full first and last name as you would have used them to register. And we'll ask anyone who is not a voting member to please put the letter Z in front of your name, and that way you'll drop to the bottom of the participants list, and it just helps our scrutineers when we're voting to know who is able to vote. If at any time during the meeting you have a point of order, please type point of order in uppercase in the chat. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention, if you do get bumped out of the meeting, you'll need to use the link that was emailed to you to get back in. And you can also email Donna for help. And Donna, if you want to put your email address into the chat. But if you lose your internet or you're having problems with your computer, you can still join by phone using the number that was provided in that same email. And I wanted to share a tip that I learned from our friends in Canadian Shield Regional Council. Write the number down on a piece of paper, because if you lose your computer, you won't have access to the email. And then this way you can still participate, and make sure you also include the meeting ID. We're going to move into a test vote at this time. We're going to be using the raise hand feature for voting. And for most of us, you'll find that in your reactions, but for some of you, it may be at the bottom of your participant list. Those of you who are on the phone will use *9 to vote. And those who are sharing a computer screen, one of you can use the raise hand function, and the other can type your vote into the chat when you're called on. And we're going to do a test, so I'm going to turn that over to David. Thanks.
So we are going to have a test motion. And that motion is that all members of the executive be tattooed with the Shining Waters Regional Council logo. Now, all those in favor will please raise your hand now. Participants on the phone should please use *9. And if there are multiple users, type your vote in the chat to Jody.
The yes votes have been counted, David.
Thank you. Now, if you wish to vote no, please raise your hand now.
All right, the no votes have been counted.
And if you wish to abstain, please raise your hand now.
All right, those votes have been counted, David. Would you like the results of the vote?
Yes, please.
So the vote for the yes votes are 69, the vote notes are 24, and the abstentions are 1.
Well, I feel pretty confident that the members of the executive all voted no, but the will of the regional council has been heard and will be given all of the serious consideration that it warrants. The motion, to my somewhat surprise, passed.